Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Neezy channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for, supporting me and my journey. And I'm going to continue. Before I start um, this next topic of familiar things in your life, I want to say that I truly, truly do love my stepdaughter. At times it can be, you know, it can be fun. It really can. Most fun, and at the same time, it can be hard. But I was just expressing how, it is. But let's get on to the next topic. So, you guys know about familiar things. What I mean about that is sometimes you can smell something, like it can be a scent, like it can bring you back of the familiar things that when you grew up, or a sense can really be as like, oh, I remember this memory that was far, far in the back of your mind, you know, in the back of your mind, and it feels so familiar. Like sometimes it can be a safe place. Like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I could go back. Or sometimes it'd be like, oh no, no, I can't, I cannot. That remind me of too much of what's going on, of what happened in my past. And, you know, familiar things can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it can be traumatized, or it can be a helping moment where, you have thought, you know, about good things. So it was a time that I had both familiar things that happened in my life. One, it was like this smell that reminded me of my kindergarten, my kindergarten, um, my kindergarten, um, classroom when I was younger, and then it was just like so peaceful and loving, and I was just like, I want to go back. I want to go back to when I was a little girl, where everything was just so free for me, and I don't know what that was about, but you know, it was just, and it was just like, so free, and I was, you're a little girl, you're a little person, and these things are just coming. Like you have bad memories, you have good memories, and the familiar things in your life that comes, sometimes it can be rejected, and they call it what, deja vu. So sometimes you can have a familiar thing that comes into your life and impact you. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but can be so strong in your life that you don't sometimes need that, you know, and that's when prayer comes in, and because that is what's gonna happen. The spirit, the unwanted spirit is gonna come and bring you the familiar things that you're so already used to, and they want you to stick and stay on that familiar thing, and you shouldn't, and it is not good for you. The Lord wants you to move on to great and better things in your life. He doesn't want you stuck in the past, and He wants you to grow in His Word let him lead your path in life. And I am saying this because the familiar things in your life doesn't mean that it is the best. You know, it can be traumatized. I'm not saying all familiar things are bad, but the things that are not great of a familiar thing in your life, and you ask why, just remember to pray. I'm going to tell you a time in my life, let's go from there, that I was in relationships that will be familiar of the last relationship. And I would think that was just normal. And it wasn't. At this time, I wasn't saved. I didn't know anything about the Lord and what was going on. So I'm thinking that in this one particular relationship, both of them, that taking care of guys is normal, you know, taking care of them, trying to buy their love, basically. And that was just so normal to me, and that was a familiar thing to me. Every time I get in a relationship, I would like this guy, and I would just buy him anything and do my best to show him that I love him by buying things. And I just got sick of it one day, and I told the person, like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to, you know, show my child that this is what's supposed to happen. I want more. I want more in life. And when I told him I was stop doing that, I never seen him again. So, thank God we didn't have no kids. So, go down the line, I get in another relationship, find myself doing the same thing, and I'm just like, this is familiar. This is a familiar thing, and I find myself doing it again, and I find myself stopping me in my tracks and saying, you're doing it again. You don't want this. You need to stop. Stop getting in relationships, thinking that you have to buy their love. So this time, I cut all ties with this person. And I was just like, no, I am not doing this. I am not showing my child that a woman should take care of a man. It should be either 50-50 or you can take care of, you know? So it's like the Bible says, a man should cherish his wife, should cherish his woman and take care of her. Your money is your money, and his money is your money. It's in the Bible, and I'm not wrong. Um, so by the time I met my husband, I was not doing those things too much. I was showing him that I appreciate him, but I wasn't doing too much of buying and doing that and doing this. He would be the one that basically showed me something different. See, when the Lord send you that right person, those familiar things, those bad familiar things will go away. And He give you good familiar things, like good memories and stuff like that with the spouse that you have, that He sent you. And it's so many things that my husband do for me and done for me, and continues to do. Like, I ask him so much. He calls me spoiled, and I am. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do for your wife. What you mean? So, um, I just love the familiar things that, like, the memories come with me and him. It can be like, oh my God, do you remember, like, when we first came and saw each other? Like, it could be the air. The smell of the air can bring you good memories of familiar things that happened in your life. Like, it can really be air. It could be literally a food taste. It could be literally and the way something on a bookshelf could be looking, or a flower can look, or you just look outside and it'll look like, it can be things that can trigger that memories, that familiar memories that you have. And I just love that sometimes the memories that I have, it just amazes me, because it takes me to when I was a little kid, or when I was a teenager, or sometimes in my adult life. But the most familiar memories always comes to me is when I was a little girl, and going to my auntie's house and always seeing my cousins and hanging out with them, and it's this, okay, this familiar memory is gonna be like, what? I look at the walls in my house, right? And I be like, a memory just come out of nowhere and be like, my auntie used to have us cleaning the walls when we was young, but it was a chore that we had to do because we didn't know at the time, like, washing the walls was, we thought it was just like, ugh. But every chore she gave us, like, particular washing the walls, is, it was like we put it as a game, like a game, like, all right, you got that wall, I got this wall, you got that wall, right? Because she assigned us the walls that we have, and we'll be like, whoever can get to the top, like, throw your rags to the top and let it slide down. Like, let's see if you can have it slide down. And I remember that time, and it's just like, what the heck? Like, the games we came up with. And then, like, sometimes I hear my daughters playing, like, you know, the clapping game, right? And then that reminds me of when we just Like, again, once again, we at my Auntie Pam's house. And, like, we just thought we came up with all the games and not knowing, like, in different households, everybody had the similar games that we had going on. But we just came up with games. And we had, like, talent shows and um, dance off and playing house. I hated that game growing up. I hated that game. Hide go seek, get it. Y'all remember the hide go seek, get it. And I hated that game too. And just going outside playing with your, you know, your bikes, jump ropes, hopscotch. I can't say it, but playing, drinking from the water fountain. Come on, y'all know, drinking from the water fountain. You going up the street, beefing with the other kids around the block. Around the block if they came onto your damn block, to your block, you know. But like I was just saying, it's familiar things that just comes up. But yeah. Anyways, I'm about to just go get into bed, go to sleep. But we're talking about familiar things today and how it can come about with just a scent and anything like going outside or just being in a neighborhood or, you know, something that would make you remember the things when you was a child or some things, familiar things. Just comment and let me know what makes you think about certain things that you thought you forget or when you was young, like, oh my god, I remember this, or I remember that when I was young, you know. So thank you guys once again for subscribing and being a part of the family, of my family, and continue to be with me during this journey. Like, comment, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye.